Hey girl, who are you? Actually, hold up. Cancel that.
That's Fiona, my landlady. She's alright.
Cool. What is this TV that you're watching? Like, it looks like you're just watching screensavers. I'm guessing that's what she's watching.
Morning, Fiona.
Good morning, darling. You're up early.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Are you feeling all right? You look a little pale.
I have a lot of work to do. Fuck them.
I just have a lot of work to do.
For the exhibition. How's that going, darling?
Good. Fine. It's going. Actually, it's not going so well. I haven't felt inspired in a long time. Weeks. I'm scared that I'll never... What would happen if I just... ran out of creativity, Fiona? What if I can't ever finish a painting again? Oh God, I've chosen the wrong line of work.
Oh, darling, no. I just think you work too hard. I worry about you all the time, you know.
Don't.
Yeah.
Well, darling, I do. You should work less and play more. When was the last time you had a boyfriend?
God, don't remind me. That's a depressing thought.
Well, there you are. Live. Enjoy your youth. It goes by too quickly as it is.
Yeah, you'd know, wouldn't you?
Oh!
Ooh, that's
not
uncalled
good.
for. That's downright mean, April. I'm in a mind to kick your ass for that one, and I've won tougher fights, believe me.
I'm sure she has. Fiona looks like a brawling lady. Where's everybody this morning? Shouldn't she be outside enjoying the good weather? Can I ask you a few questions?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Why, certainly, darling. About what?
What did you think of me when we first met?
That's a peculiar question, isn't it? I thought you were quite lovely. I still do, darling.
Do you remember the day I arrived?
I'm just trying to get a sense of
Of
what...
course, darling. It
my
wasn't that
character
long
is.
ago, and I'm not senile quite yet. It was in May, wasn't it? Charlie referred you to me, and you were quite at a loss. First day in the city, wasn't it? I remember. You looked like a lost puppy.
Puppy? Me?
When I saw you lugging that suitcase across the bridge, my heart went out to you. I'm glad you came here. You could have been lost anywhere else.
I'm glad. Alright, let me know a little bit about Charlie, and I'm going to ask you about
How
you
long
and
have you
Emma.
known Charlie?
Oh, he's one of our oldest tenants. It's close to 3 years, I believe, since he moved in. Charlie is always in a good mood, and he's such a gentleman.
I
like that.
agree. He's an actual, genuine gentleman.
And you don't see a lot of gentlemen these days, trust me.
Damn straight.
You have a very good friend in him, darling. Perhaps even more than a friend.
Yo, I hope.
What do you mean, more than a friend?
You know what she
Not
means.
for me to say, darling. If you don't realize it yet, you will.
I'm making sure you get together with Charlie. I'm making sure about that.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Fiona.
Me? Why? It's not much to say, darling. I love my job. I love Venice, and I love being with Mickey. I'm a happy girl.
Well, that's good.
Sure, sometimes I wish I could go back to England to see my family, but that's water under the bridge, so to speak. I'm very happy with myself and my life here in Newport.
Alright, tell me a little about you and Mickey.
How long have you and Mickey been together?
Mickey and I have been together since I was 19. She was in her late 30s then. The older, wiser, worldly woman. I found her sweet and charming and intriguing. When I finally realized she was neither of those things, it was too late. I was in love. She stole me away from my dreary British inner-city life, and she brought me here. She was no knight in shining armor, that's for sure. But she knew how to treat me like a woman.
That's good.
You guys make a great couple.
You think so, darling? Yes, I guess we do. And the sex is amazing.
Good to know.
You never get tired of talking about your sex life, do you?
Never. And if I ever do, please shoot me.
Hey, I appreciate that. I enjoy people, you know, that actually don't have any problems talking about their personal
Tell me
lives.
about Emma.
Emma? Why? She's your best friend, darling. I don't know what to tell you that you don't already know. You girls are so close.
That's true. The day we met, we clicked instantly. It was strange, but cool.
Like me and Mickey then, except for the sex, of course.
Yeah, I'd have the
That's a
sex.
pretty big except for Fiona.
Oh, come on, April, please.
Oh, I guess so. She's the crazy one, Emma is. Not crazy as in mad as a hatter, but crazy in a good way. Fun to be around.
Emma's always been a little weird.
Oh.
Exactly, darling. She's a flirt, too, and the boys seem to drop like flies at her feet. No wonder. She's a real looker, I don't have to tell you. I'm sure she could have been a model if she'd wanted, but she's an artist, and a good one, too. I really think she'll be a successful artist. Her sculptures are getting a lot of attention.
Okay. So, April and Alice are very similar. And they just did a Mad as a Hatter. There's the whole dream and talking to inanimate objects. So, of course, Alice in Wonderland is probably going to be referenced a little bit in this. I kind of figured that. A lot of video games do that. But the coolest thing that I've seen so far is just how accepting it is of, you know, like, there's a lesbian couple right off the bat. And that's just, like, perfectly acceptable. Like, no one questions it. And that's amazing. For a 2002 game, you know, I know the 90s were, like, the big revolution for the gay community and I guess the queer community too. I don't really know all the specific terms. I apologize for that. But the fact that this game was done in 2002 and we still have difficulty portraying that in media, it's pretty cool. I like that. I'm good about Emma. I don't care about Zach. I kind of want to learn about the border house a little bit. But I also want to learn about Venice.
Can you tell me something about the border house?
That's one of my favorite topics, darling. What
Perfect.
precisely do you want to know?
Oh god, there's so many questions.
Do you and Mickey own the place together?
We own it together, yes, and we've shared the responsibilities between us. Mickey takes care of the maintenance of the building, and I busy myself with the administrative tasks.
That's okay. That works.
I also take care of the day-to-day management of our tenants, like deciding whether or not to let someone rent a room. And, of course, the unpleasant business of booting someone out.
I thought you enjoyed that part.
Yes, all right. In some cases I do, but not always. It can get quite messy.
What inspired the name Border
What
House?
inspired the name
I'm guessing
Border
because there's
House?
borders.
That came quite naturally when we saw the place. It's on the border between two worlds, isn't it? Between Venice and the city itself. And at the same time, I also believe we're on the border between two more abstract worlds.
Yeah.
Between art and spirit on the one hand, and science and technology on the other.
That's also an interesting
That's
point.
very poetic, Fiona.
Yes, I've practiced. I may be an inner city girl, but I can philosophize and bullshit with the best of them.
That was sort of redundant. Okay, what made you decide to run a boarding house?
What made you decide to run a boarding house?
That's a long story. One of the reasons Mickey and I got together was that we shared a passion for the classic English country inns. You know, quaint, weathered buildings, funny old ladies, and oddly suggestive names like the Lazy Cock.
So why come here to the big city? To America?
We wanted to create a place with a similar atmosphere and hospitality here in Newport. Like a safe house for people like you and I to call home, if only for a short while. So we discussed different options for a few months, and then we decided we wanted to start a boarding house for young, penniless students and artists.
You decided you wanted to do that here in Venice?
We knew that Venice was the place for us long before we came here, but the hard part was finding a building cheap enough.
And this building was available?
Not at first. Like most of the buildings in Venice, this one used to be a factory, but when we first looked at it, a local company was planning to turn it into a bar and nightclub. It was so perfect for our purposes, though, that we appealed to the Venice Borough Council, and after outlining our plans, they gave us the go-ahead at a reduced price, provided we kept our promises regarding our tenants.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could help you out, darling.
I'm not quite done talking with her yet. Yeah. Let's ask about Venice. Wait, there's more that I can look at too. Hold up. Good lord, there's so many things to ask. Oh, I might as well exhaust all the options
Anything
just
else
to
you can tell me about Emma?
understand more about the world.
She ought to be a little more careful sometimes. She's a flirt, and although she doesn't mean any harm, some lads don't take too well to being teased and rejected. You should tell her that, though, being her best friend and all.
I have told her. She won't listen.
No. She does worry me a little, but she's a big girl and she can take care of herself. I'm certainly happy to have her living here. Next to you and Charlie, she's my favorite tenant.
Yeah, Zach's kind of meh. Alright, let's learn more about
Tell
the
me
border
some
house.
more
then.
about the border house.
What precisely do you want to know?
Thanks for the information.
Okay, there was nothing more to know
I'm
about
glad
it.
I could help you out, darling.
That was an odd conversation. Cool.
What can you tell me about Venice?
I don't really know much about the history of Venice. You should really ask someone with an interest in local affairs. What I do know is that this whole neighborhood used to be an industrial area, and that about 100 years ago they converted most of the buildings into residences for students and the homeless. And it's a nice place to live, certainly. Friendly people, liberal attitudes, great clothing stores, quite perfect, aside from that dreadful stench from the canals in the summertime.
I'm still wondering why she's watching a bunch of screensavers on the TV. But some news that I found out is that this game takes place in America, unlike what I thought before where it took place in Europe. I'm surprised I didn't mention that a couple of minutes ago when I did find that out. Because of the conversation. You guys also found that out with me, so there's no real point in me expressing that point, I guess. But I'm guessing because it's Venice, the only Venice I can think of is California. So maybe they decided to make Venice Beach like actually more like Venice, Italy. I don't know. I don't know, man. But it makes sense, you know, the liberal attitudes thing. California would make sense for this.
What's up with Zach Lee?
Zach? I think we both feel the same way about him, darling. He's not actually a bastard. If he was, I'd have had him out of here in an instant. But he is an arse, and a stuck-up, pompous, arrogant wanker.
I agree.
My thoughts exactly. Aside from that wanker bit.
Still, he pays his rent on time and he doesn't make a lot of noise. He keeps to himself. And most importantly, he's shit scared of me. So I can't just kick him out.
I mean, you could. But you shouldn't.
What's the story behind my
And you
apartment?
probably won't.
Your apartment? It's more a room than anything else. Not much more than a large closet, really.
Yeah.
It's not that small.
No, it is.
It's one of our smallest rooms, but it's cheap and it's on a nice floor. I hope you're happy there.
I like it. It's convenient. And it's got, an interesting view.
That's nice to hear, darling. As for the story behind it, no unexplained deaths or hidden pirate treasures, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Just a long string of students on a tight budget.
okay. Well, let me know about
You like Newport?
And then we shall
The
leave.
city? I stay in Venice most of the time. It's easy to forget we're just a tiny little pocket in the middle of a sprawling urban wasteland. But do I like it? I think Newport is one of the great cities of our age. Love it or hate it, you can't argue with that.
And which one is it? Love or hate?
I haven't decided yet, darling. Ask me again in another 15 years. Perhaps I'll have an answer then.
All right,
I
well,
don't
that's
have
it.
any more
Thank you,
questions
dear.
right now.
Don't hesitate asking if there's something else you want to know.
I just forgot her name. Oh God. Where is everybody?
Where's everybody this morning?
Mickey's tied up in the basement.
Oh boy.
Mind you, she's not literally tied up, of course. Although that is a tempting thought.
That's what I was thinking immediately.
Are you getting into your sexual fantasies here, Fiona? Because it's a little too early in the morning for that,
It's
don't
never
you
too
think?
early in the morning.
Sorry, I just can't help myself. Anyway, the plumbing is... You probably noticed when you took a shower, yeah? There's no hot water. So Mickey's working on that. Getting knee-deep in putrid canal water is her job, thank God.
What about Charlie? He up yet?
No, he's still sleeping, and Emma just went to bed. I saw her come in when I was making breakfast. Do you know who she's seeing now?
I don't know. Some guy?
Yeah.
Those lads I see her with, darling. She's too good for those arseholes. I wish she'd find herself a man who'd treat her right for once.
She hasn't had much luck with love, no?
She's a magnet for creeps, and she's so pretty. They prey on her, you know, bastards.
I've tried to talk to her about it, but Emma's impulsive.
Yeah,
doesn't
I
listen.
know that feel.
She's just as headstrong as you and me, darling. but
Headstrong
I'm
will
sure
take you
she'll
on?
be all right. She's smart and resourceful, and not afraid to speak up for herself.
Shouldn't you be outside enjoying the good weather?
You joking? Bollocks to that. I'll stay inside until September, thank you very much. It's too bloody hot.
Yep, sounds like California.
I'd better get going.
Off to school.
Southern more so.
Yeah, there are no more classes this semester, but I have to finish my painting by next Thursday.
Oh, okay, she was in
For
art
what it's
school.
worth, darling. Good luck. And don't work too hard, all right?
Is this a box of matches? Yes, it is a box of matches. I would like the box of matches, please. Or the book.
It's a matchbook.
May I have it, please? Thank you. Matchbooks and point-and-click adventure games are generally very important. Fiona, that's what her name was. Okay.
The omnipresent screen. I don't pretend to know how it works, but all the data apparently passes through tiny little black holes in the fabric of our dimension. You know, that really freaks me out when I think about it.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Why is that a thing? Be considerate, keep the volume down after 11. Okay. Pizza and movie night.
Pizza and movie night, Monday, July 31st. BYOS. BYO what? Soap?
What? BYOS might be sauce. Bring your own sauce. If it's soap, that makes no sense.
Common room duty roster, July 27th. April and Emma. Oh joy, manual labor, my favorite.
Hey, you're getting to live here for pretty cheap. Don't complain.
San Francisco. I'd love to go there someday. Someday soon, hopefully. Be considerate. Keep the volume down after 11 p.m. Fiona.
Yep, I read that, but I'll let you read it. Just because, I mean, you had voice actors, so we might as well let them get their say in. Postcards, be considerate, movie night.
Look, it's Monkey Boy.
Da 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 da.
I can't tell what that note's saying as long as it's up there. Fiona's handwriting is not particularly legible.
Well, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna read it here.
Found. A gold ring under the common room sofa. If it's yours, let me know. But no false claims, please. Fiona. I did lose a gold ring a few weeks ago. I hope this is the one. I'll have to ask Fiona about it.
Okay. Well, that works. I might
I'm
get my ring back.
sorry, but big sweaty jocks do not turn me on. I'll take a nerd any day.
Okay. I see.
Annual summer blowout at the Fringe Cafe, Friday, August 4th, 8 p.m. Free food, live performances by Royne Dale, Harlequin Masquerade, The Go-Getters. Tickets available at the bar, $10 only. Spread the word.
Sounds like a fun time, dude. I love Roindale. How are you, dear? Let's talk again. I have a question to ask you.
Hi.
Hello, darling.
Can I ask you a few more questions?
I don't mind, darling. Ask away.
Come on, game. Let's see if we can do this.
I saw this
should
note
work.
on the corkboard. I think the ring might belong to me.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but could you describe the ring?
Sure thing. It says Sweet 16. My dad gave it to me. I think it was the only birthday of mine he remembered, or at least acknowledged.
Yes, that's the one. I found it under the sofa when I was vacuuming. Here you are, darling.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's not worth much, but it's got a certain sentimental value for me.
It's a very pretty ring.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. My dad never gave me anything pretty before or since. He must have won a poker game or something that day.
That
You know what's
sucks.
strange? I don't hate him. He's a bastard and he treated me like crap almost every single day of my life. But I don't hate him. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to love. He can't love anybody or anything. And because he'll be miserable every second of every minute of every day until the day he dies. God, I'm glad that life is behind me.
Yeah.
I hope I never have to see him again. No, that doesn't sound right. I've made a choice not to see him again. Ever.
Sounds like you hate him, dear. But you do you.
Dad gave me this gold ring on my 16th birthday.
Oh, why do I have this push pin?
It's a push pin.
Yeah, it is a push pin. Can I not give it to her? Okay, cool. Well, we shall go out the front door. There's a machine there. You know what, actually? Hold up. Stop. Don't walk anymore. I'll get to the machine next time because I'm probably over time on this one. So, my name is the Jack M13 and I am signing out. Catch you guys later.